today we're going to be making some lentil rice. It's one of my favorite recipes. I love it. It's very nutritious, high in protein. And this recipe was inspired from Lebanese lentil rice. However, like I've added some Caribbean flair to this. So whether you're just looking for a new recipe just to add to your rotation or just a new way to add some more protein, just follow along and let's do it. So the first step is actually done the night before. Because I'm using dried lentils, I had to soak it overnight. I'm also using Metta rice. I had to do the same. If you're using brown rice, you also have to soak it overnight. What that does is it actually helps the rice to cook faster. Now, if you are using white rice or canned lentils, then you can skip that altogether. Now, the main highlight of this dish is how flavorful it is. So you have to season it in 3 different stages. So I'm using some shallots, I'm using some garlic, some vegetables, stock. Also add some ginger to this. Some brown sugar also brings the flavor of the first stage of the seasoning. So secondly, I heated 3 tablespoons of olive oil. You want to add your ingredients and saute that for about 3 minutes. And then you're going to go in with your lentils. Now, you want to make sure that is nicely coated so the lentils is properly seasoned and the flavor is nicely distributed. I'm using rice and pea seasoning. That is very cheap. You can get that on Amazon. If not, just message me in the comments and I can send you the ingredients, but that uplifts this recipe. I'm using pimento berries. You can use the powdered version if you want, but just, yeah, go ahead with that. Also using some coconut milk to add more flavor to this dish. I'm using 3 cups of water, but keep in mind though, it depends on the rice you're using, so be mindful of that. Also using some fresh thyme, but if you have basically the store brand dry thyme, you can go in with that, but I had fresh thyme on hand, so I'm going to use that. Furthermore, I sprinkle some black pepper into this. That's optional based on your taste buds. You can go with it. If not, it's okay. Once the lentil is cooked, I add it in my rice. The lentil only cook for 5 minutes. Because it's green lentil, it cook fast. You don't want it to get too mushy, so be mindful of that. And then you want to coat your rice in with everything else nicely. I'm using unsalted butter. You could use margarine to keep it vegan. And I'm going to add some bay leaves, which you could remove afterward, but it adds more flavor to the rice. Lastly, I'm adding a Scotch bonnet with some cloves. Now, that's something we do in the Caribbean. It's very popular. You want to poke the cloves in the Scotch bonnet. That way the seeds don't get out and your rice and lentils are not overly spicy. But that's something like I would definitely add. It's so delicious. But again, based on your spice tolerance, you can exclude that. And then lastly, I covered my rice, cooked it for 20 minutes. You want to check on it in between, though, depending on what kind of rice you use. They cook at different speeds. The Metta rice cooked within 20 minutes, so I did 10 minutes at medium, and then the last 10 minutes at a low medium, and then that was enough. The rice didn't burn, cooked very nicely, and then I just checked on it. So here, you're just going to fork it up, just make sure it's cooked. And we're good. Well, thank you for following along. Give this recipe a try. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you have any questions based on the process, hit me up in the comments. And if you've gotten any value from this video, please like and subscribe. I'm going to be releasing videos, at least 1 to 2 videos per week to help with your meal prep, so you can check those out. And if you're looking for something to start right now, I have some other videos that you can actually make for your meal prep. So check those out. But thank you for your time. Until next time.